Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, today I'm bringing you an unboxing that you guys have been requesting for a little over a month, and I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. It finally got a game that I really wanted to play, so let's go ahead. We're gonna unbox a Nintendo Switch. Now, this is my setup for the Nintendo Switch. First of all, the thing I had to get immediately in order to buy a Nintendo Switch is a Pro controller. That's the kind of style I like in terms of controllers. Yes, these will probably be nifty and we'll see how they feel. But I did not like the Switch controllers by themselves at all, which we did review when we paired them to Android devices. So we did pair them, and we did another video, so if you want to see how to pair it to an Android device, we did that video. But these I really did not care for, so maybe with this style I'll like it more, but I knew I had to buy this immediately. And second, definitely want to have all my games on a micro SD card. Don't want to carry around cartridges, so I'm just going to put this 128 gig micro SD card in there. Just, you know, it's more convenient, and I plan on using this on the go. For me, I plan on gaming on my breaks and my lunch breaks. That's when I really plan on doing it. So I'm going to pull up at Starbucks, play Mario Kart for a little bit, just have the Switch and my controller, and that's it. But I'm going to need to get some carrying cases, so I'll see what I can find there. Let's unbox first the Switch, and then we will unbox the rest. But that's my recommendation. If you're buying the Switch, this is what I would buy. And I did buy. Alright guys, so first and foremost, wow, this is pretty damn small. I know a lot of people were saying that about how small this is, but it's like, what is it, a 7-inch screen? So yeah, very light. I'm curious. I'm also thinking about looking up charging stands for it. So I know there's a lot of Type-C chargers, but I heard not all of them work for the Switch, so I'm also going to plan on getting a good stand for it. Let's feel this kickstand that everyone keeps complaining about. So yeah, already I can kind of see why some people are complaining about it. It stays fine, but yeah, if you kind of hold it on this side, you can kind of just definitely tip it over. So yeah, I get it. That's what everyone's complaining about. There's a logo. Alright. These two controllers, which again, I'm not the biggest fan of. Tried them already. Not too big a fan of it, but we will slide them into the bigger controller and see how it feels. And of course, you want to update your system. Here's the actual dock. I think that would be the best thing, something like a case that has like a stand built into it for Type-C. So here's the actual dock. You have your two USB ports right here, and a nice cable management back here because you're going to be plugging in your USB 3.0, your HDMI, and your Type-C connection. So, love the cable management built in. Good job on that, Nintendo. Feels good too. Doesn't feel too cheap or anything like that. I mean, it feels empty for the most part, but that's just because everything's in here. So that makes sense. So, that's what we have there. Our little adapters. You do want to use these adapters. Now, I will say this. Although this is a little uncomfortable, this is not usable. This is just not usable. So that's gonna be that. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm gonna buy the 1-2 Switch either. Like games like that just aren't really for me. But this one is the thing I wanted to try out. So let's see how this actually feels, because this is the thing that everyone is using as a base. So let's see how it is. It's okay. It's very light for those gamers out there who are more experienced gamers. You generally want a little bit more weight to it, where this is having. And the buttons are small. The buttons are still very small, actually, to feel out. So good feedback, but I'll definitely probably stick to that. And then you have your HDMI and your power cable. So we have that there. It's funny, guys, because if you've seen we did videos on like why you shouldn't get the Nintendo Switch or why it was a waste and everything. So and the reason is just for no games, and Mario Kart is the reason why I'm buying this. I had it on the Wii U, but I sold my Wii U a while back because I didn't play it that much. and because Mario Kart didn't have the fun battle mode that we all loved from past consoles, but they brought it back on this one, so I finally got my balloons the way Mario Kart is supposed to be played in battle mode, so definitely excited for that. But now, let's feel this out. Oh yeah. Oh, yes. This is a controller. This is a gaming controller. This is player 2. this is the player 2 controller. This is the controller. Look at that button difference. Come on, Nintendo. You really try to pass this off as a controller. Yeah, no. This is the one you're using. This is the one you're using for everything. I'm also going to try one thing that I was curious about, if you compare this one to Android, and I'll see if that is. I'll hook it up to my Shield TV if it is, and see if I can hook it up to like my S8 and Android TV and tablets, see how that feels as well. But really feels good. Yeah, this is all I'm using. That's it. This is player 2. This is mine. Okay. And yeah, you have a micro SD card, again, just for storage purposes. If you want to store a lot of games, 128. Just to give you an idea about how big the games are, Mario Kart is 8 gigs. So that gives you kind of an idea about how an average game is. Now Zelda, I know, was a lot more. I don't remember how much off the top of my head, but I know that Zelda was a lot more. So keep that in mind, just depending on how much. But I mean, if the average casual game, you know, like a Mario game, is going to be closer to 8 gigs, I mean, I can fit, on average, I mean, probably 9 or 10 games on here easily, then just say if some are bigger than that, but really good for that purpose. So that's the size I got and why I chose the 128. And I like, personally, I like Samsung or SanDisk memory cards. They just have the best performance in terms of actual tested read and write speed. I know others claim they're better, but as right now, they haven't actually performed that in test. So that is why I chose one of those. This was on sale this week. Alright guys, that was the unboxing for the Nintendo Switch. Now, here's the thing. I am going to do a review on the Nintendo Switch itself, and then I'm going to also probably try to review Mario Kart for the Nintendo Switch. But I do know Nintendo is notorious for flagging everything down and all that kind of stuff, so I will try to see what I can do in terms of gameplay. Maybe I'll just take screenshots and that'll be it, and I'll kind of just describe how the game worked overall. But from what I hear, Nintendo is notorious when it comes to pulling down games for, so yeah, I will see how that feels overall, but really kind of curious to see how this all is, and yeah, very curious to see how it is. Let's see if I ever would also before we end this. But that's what I plan on doing with this. Let me know what you guys think. What do you want to see? What kind of gaming and different stuff what you want to see? Doable, but actually this is... So I remember how I just said it was light? It's actually too heavy to hold like this, in my opinion. I don't like it. Yeah, I see myself, again, I'm not the casual gamer and everything like that, so I see myself putting the Nintendo Switch in a case, putting a kickstand, and playing like this on the go. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me know how you guys feel. Do you guys have a Nintendo Switch? How do you play it if you do? I'm very curious on that. For me, like I said, I feel like I'm going to be playing this in a case, and maybe even like a better stand if I can find one. Or, you know, Spigen makes actually an attachment stand. I wonder if that would work with this. I wonder if they would be the same height. But if it would, then I would actually just be able to play like this, and yeah, really good for that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.